Friends, welcome back. This is the free NBA Daily Bets podcast and YouTube show. My name is Eric, and you can follow all of my official plays at Easy Money Wins at Twitter or X. Again, at Easy Money Wins. I'll recap really quickly. I'm in the midst of my worst NBA betting stretch of my entire life. In like the 5 years that I've bet the NBA, I've lost like 90 units in like the last 3 days, which is like crazy to even think about, but it's okay. I've identified where I went wrong, and I'm a high volume bettor. I'm only down 30 positions only, right? But I'm going to bounce back, guys. My confidence is still there. I still know I can bet the NBA. So let's get after it. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. Let's win some money on Christmas Day. All right, here we go. First game up, we have the San Antonio Spurs at the New York Knicks. Let's look at the injury report. I don't know if anything's come out officially, but for the Spurs, I think everybody was good to go last game against the 76ers, and they should be good to go today against the Knicks. So they play Friday at Brooklyn. So they're in New York. They're in New York City chilling. They're enjoying themselves, just, on the road for Christmas. New York, they play, I think, every Christmas, or of late they have. Let's take a look. Yeah, they look healthy. Everybody played against the Raptors on Monday, so they're good. They're in the midst of a 4-game win streak, so they're in really good form right now, actually. And they play Friday at Orlando, so non-conference game here. Let's take a look at the point spread. All right, we got -9 to the Knicks, -9.5. And the total's at 224. Now, I don't know about like Christmas Day historically, like, what it goes over under. But I don't know. Just first thoughts. I like the Spurs +9. Spurs have been covering. Let's take a look at the Spurs against the spread. They are 14-15. New York is 15-13. So nothing like stands out there. Let's take a look at the over-under. Track record. Spurs are 15-14 to the over. The Knicks are 16-13 to the over. So I like the +9 with the Spurs. I think they can hang with the Knicks. Spurs have been playing really, really well of late. They hung tough in Philly and had it. I think they had the lead in the fourth quarter, and then they beat Atlanta at home. They beat Portland at home. They've kind of held their own when they've had everybody available, when they've had Wemby to play. I think they stay close in this one, guys. I think they do. And that over, I like the over too. I like over 224, over 223.5. It's coming down a little bit. I'll have to take a look, though, because I think last year, a lot of the NBA Christmas days, I think they went under, a lot of them. I'm going to do some research on that. I'm going to look at the past couple Christmas days and see what the trends are for that. But I don't know, the Knicks can shoot the ball, guys, and then they can score the bucket, right? They can. So I'm not looking to bet Knicks games under right now. Maybe when they're on the road, I'll look to bet them under. But I don't know, noon game, I like that over 223.5. And then I'm probably going to bet the Spurs +9. I probably am going to make that an official play, +9, +9.5. So, all right, let's go to the next game. Next game up, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Dallas Mavericks. Minnesota's a mess, guys. Like, straight up, Minnesota's a mess. That Julius Randle trade is not working. Dante DiVincenzo's still struggling. I literally have no idea what Minnesota was doing trading away Karl Anthony Towns. I really have no idea. I said it on one of the other podcasts. Like, it's one of the worst trades in like the last decade. It really is. They, in my opinion, Minnesota has totally taken themselves out of any serious contention for winning anything. Julius Randle, he you thought Karl Anthony Towns did some dumb shit. Julius Randle just does dumb shit every single night. Like, turns the ball over, doesn't make the right pass, like shoot shots he shouldn't be shooting. Like, he's a good player, but he's not Karl Anthony Towns. Like, man, the whole chemistry in that team seems off. Anthony Edwards is pissed off every night. They don't have a good backup point guard. That team's a mess, guys. I want no parts of Minnesota right now. Absolutely none. They've lost 3 in a row, and the games that they've won have been bad spots for other teams. So their last 6 wins after their 4-game losing streak starting on November 21st, they beat the Clippers on a back-to-back, the Lakers on a back-to-back, the Clippers again on a back-to-back, Golden State on a back-to-back. Then they beat the Spurs and the Lakers when the Lakers were a mess. So other than that, like they're a mess, guys, a mess. I can only look Dallas in this game. Only look Dallas. Even though they have revenge, even though they're going to probably play hard as crap, the Timberwolves is who I'm talking about. Like I want no parts of the Timberwolves right now. I think I'm looking to fade the Timberwolves moving forward. I don't think that is going to work. I think they're going to have to trade somebody at the deadline. Any futures with Minnesota, I would take them under. Like I've been betting Minnesota. I've been looking at them, thinking that they're going to break out, thinking that it's not that big of a deal. I think it's a very big deal. I think that Julius Randle trade it's not going to work. I think it's done. I really do. Even this early in the season, I've seen enough through like 30 games in. Like I think it's done, guys. So Minnesota, we'll take a look. I mean, they just smoked Portland at home, and Luka came back. And let's see if Luka is going to play today. He's probable. Jaden Hardy is questionable, and that's it. Everyone else is good to go. So Luka's probably going to play, guys. Let's take a look at the spread. So it's Mavericks -5. Man, I don't love -5. I still think they win. Do they cover the -5? They should, but the Timberwolves are going to fight hard. It's a good line. I'm probably going to stay off this game. And like, just the way that my luck's been going with the NBA, like honestly, the Mavericks first quarter, first half, that should cash pretty easily in my opinion. Over under. I mean, that's the other thing. The Timberwolves are an under team, guys. Let's take a look at the over under track records. So Minnesota is 12-16 to the under. Dallas is 16-13 to the over. Let's see what the total is. Total's 221. I can only look under, but at the same time, Dallas can shoot. Dallas can score. I know in the playoff stretch that these two teams had, they did go under like every single game pretty much, and the totals were lower than 221. So I like the under. I lean that way for sure. But the only thing is that, well, Minnesota's going to try hard, guys. That like this is like my biggest rule with sports betting. Bet what we know. What is the most predictable thing? The most predictable thing is that Minnesota is going to try really hard. Even though they're not very good right now and they're out of sync, they're going to give very good effort. There's no back-to-back situation. They're rested. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They played Atlanta close for most of that game, and then in the second half, they just lost control of it. But that total was only 221 with Atlanta. Atlanta plays a faster pace. Again, I'm going to have to take a look. I kind of like that under 221. Just Dallas can score, and then also like Minnesota, if Dallas starts scoring, and I like that under, guys. I lean that under 221.5. I do, and the even though the Mavericks -5, like I don't trust the Mavericks just to close it out per se. Let's see how they've been doing closing out teams. I mean, they've been closing out teams, guys. I can only look Dallas. I can only look Dallas, guys. I'm telling you, Minnesota's that big of a mess. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Next game up, we have the 76ers at the Boston Celtics. The 76ers just beat the San Antonio Spurs on Monday, but they did not cover the spread. They lost by half a point because Kelly Oubre Jr. missed a free throw. That sucks. That's just the type of luck I've been on. Like I've been on the wrong side of it, guys. It's been like really annoying and it hurts so bad. It's okay. Luck's gonna start breaking my way. I figured out what I'm doing wrong. It's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be good. Let's see. They play Saturday, so they're off 2 days after this game. They just beat the Spurs, like I said. They've won a lot of games. 7 out of their last 10 games. They're 7-10 in their last 10. So that's great, and they're turning it around now. Boston's off. This is one of the few things I called right the other day, guys. And like, I knew this, guys. I knew this. Boston has letdowns, guys. And like, this is the crazy thing. They'll start games hot, but I don't know what Joe Mazzulla says to this team at halftime, or like what goes on in their mind, but they just like let teams come back into the games in the second half. Like, it's a really bad habit for the Celtics. They usually just let teams come back in the second half, and then they fall apart. And that's what happened against Orlando. And so what do after losses? They win, okay? I mean, they have no back-to-back losses this season. I don't know what the spread is. I'm about to look at it here for the first time with you guys. I think they're going to bounce back. I think they're at home. They're going to bounce back. They're off of a loss. They should be pissed off. This is the first meeting between these two teams this season. I think Joel Embiid should be good to go. Tatum did not play last game because of an illness. And Sam Hauser looks like he's good to go. So we'll see if Jason Tatum doesn't play. I kind of hope Tatum doesn't play so we get better line value on the Celtics. But let's take a look at the line. Let's see what's going on here. Whoa. Okay, that's so crazy, guys. Man, that Boston tax is real, guys. And I've been saying it. They're minus 10-point favorites. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, we can make money fading Boston. Okay? And I know Boston is they're 12-17 against the spread, 41%. Like, that's awful. Philadelphia is 12-14, 46 against the spread, 46%. But I'm just telling you right now that the 76ers are not 10 points worse than the Celtics. Even though the Celtics are at home off a loss, like, I like the 76ers a lot. I mean, everybody should play. Everybody should play for them. I mean, that's a crazy line, guys. That's a crazy line. I was wrong. I had a big play on the 76ers 2 days ago or 3 days ago when they were at Cleveland, but that was on a second game of a back-to-back, and they fell apart. But, I mean, they've got everybody playing except for KJ Martin, who I don't care about, and maybe Eric Gordon, maybe Andre Johnson. Like, guys that don't matter. Like, their big three's there. Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid, they're not on the injury report for me. Even if Embiid doesn't play, I still like the plus 10. Man, guys, I know I've been sucking really bad. I know I haven't been betting well. I mean, I've lost a lot of money personally, but I really do believe in fading the Celtics with like this heavy of a point spread range. Like, I like plus 10 a lot. I'm going to bet the plus 10. It's going to be for sure a 4-unit play. The over-under's at 222. Over under 222. Let's see here. I know Philly's been, and again, this is like that Christmas Day angle. But again, if you like an under, that favors the 76ers to cover plus 10, a low-scoring game. Let's see them on the road. Them on the road have been overs, except for kind of overs. Well, they've been scoring a lot of points on the road, like, since their little win streak. Celtics probably play tough, but again, I'm gonna have to look at that Christmas Day angle, guys. I'm gonna look at the last 5 to 10 years on Christmas Day to see what's going on with those games if they stay under or over point totals. Boston has not been in great form. They've lost 3 out of their last 6. Not in good form. The Celtics are. Like I'm Yoda. Then they play Indiana on Friday, back-to-back against Indiana. Man, I'm telling you guys, that plus 10 is not, that's too. Like the Bulls, they beat by almost 20, they beat by 25 points, and they were pissed off. That was on the road. That's impressive. Chicago is kind of an up-and-down team, though. I mean, 76ers are gonna. Let's see. I think last year. Let's see. Let's see if they beat them last year. The Boston Celtics. I think they did. I think they beat them the last game of the season, if I remember correctly. Let's see where the 76ers are. Where the heck are they? No, they beat them last game of the last time they played. They sweep them last year. See if they swept them last year. They swept them. No. They lost to them on the first time they played on Wednesday, November 8th. Let's see if what they did to them at home. They beat them by 6, and they beat them by like 20. But I don't know who played in that game for them. I can only look Philadelphia, guys. I'm telling you, I think Philadelphia hangs tough in this one. And that over under again, I'm gonna have to look, but I know I just Boston's been an under team. Philadelphia's an under team. Oh wait, sorry, I was looking at the over unders. Yeah, both of these teams are under teams. 12-14 Philadelphia to the under, and Boston 12-17 to the under. Let's take a look at the against the spread records. Philadelphia is 10-17. Boston is 11-18, both in the 37% range. So I like Philly. I like Philly to cover that, guys. I think that's going to be a competitive game. I really do. I'm probably going to make it a 5-unit play. Guys, I'm not scared. I'm really not scared. Like I am betting my own money on this. I'm not afraid to lose money on this game. I'm not afraid to lose even a little bit more. Like even though I'm like minus 96 units on the season, like I feel very confident I'm going to come back. I'm going to have a winning season. I'm very confident, guys, in my process. So let's keep it going. Okay, next game up, we got the Los Angeles Lakers at the Golden State Warriors. Both teams had a little oopsie daisies last night or 2 nights ago on Monday, and they effed up my bankroll. They effed me up. So annoying. These NBA. You want to talk about like soft teams? Like NFL teams, they can have soft moments too, for sure. But NBA teams, I don't know what it is, guys. I have no idea what it is. But like, if a team literally lost the last game, they'll probably come out the next game and win. And if they've won a game and they had like a really, really good win, just fade them the next game. Like, I mean, literally, just fade them the next game. If they have a huge win, a really good win, just fade them. Just fade them. Because like, teams, they just don't get up for these games. They just don't. So both teams lost. Lakers lost at home to the Pistons after they won 3 in a row. I mean, they were in pretty good form. I just think they didn't get up for this game. I don't think they took Detroit seriously. And the softest thing about it is that they lost to Detroit back in November or even October. And they're just like, oh, whatever. Like, we don't care. We don't respect them. Like, these teams do not respect lesser teams in their minds. Like, even though they lost to Detroit earlier in the season, they're like, oh, whatever, F it. They didn't give an F. They didn't give an F. And this is the craziest thing, too, guys. When these teams get out to big leads early, like the Lakers were up 24. I mean, they were up like 34-26 with like at the end of the first quarter, almost at the end of the first quarter. And then the Pistons scored like 12 unanswered points. 12 unanswered points, guys. And then the Lakers just fell apart. And then it was done from there. It was done. It was done from there, guys. Well, actually, no. I think they were winning by 2 points at halftime. And see, that's even worse. It's like, I would rather the Lakers be down by like 10 points at halftime because then they have to re-galvanize themselves, come together and be like, oh, crap, like we're not playing well enough, like let's get pissed off. But instead they were winning at halftime. They're like, oh, yeah, no, we're good, we got this. Come out flat in the second half and just fucking lose. Like, NBA teams. But it's like, guys, you got to know this stuff. Like this is our job, right? This is our job to find out what these teams' tendencies are. Like how they do this, and then let's make money off of it. So that's the Lakers. They play Saturday at home against Sacramento. Oh my gosh, I got to put myself in timeout against Sacramento, but it's like Sacramento Kings, can't stand that team. All right, Golden State. They lost to the Pacers after they had a nice win at Minnesota. They're in awful form right now. They've lost like 10 out of their last 14 games. They're at the Clippers on Friday. They just had a bad showing against the Pacers, guys. And this is like the 5th game of Dennis Schroeder being with them or something like that. I don't know, guys. I have I mean, I didn't like that Jonathan Kuminga came out and said that like if players were in his situation, they would think about quitting and retiring from the NBA. But Jonathan Kuminga, he's kind of a head case, honestly. And a lot of people are like pro Jonathan Kuminga. They think he's like really really good. I'm here to tell you, I'm a Warriors fan. I watched enough of Jonathan Kuminga. I definitely don't want him as my number two option. I don't want him as my number one option. I don't even think I want him as my number three option in the clutch, like in late in the games in the fourth quarter. Like, I don't trust him. I don't. I understand what Steve Kerr's going through. They need to trade him. They need to trade Pozinski. They need to trade whatever it is. Okay, like trade those two guys. Get the best thing you can get back for him. Trade Trace Jackson Davis. Like, freaking Warriors, man. Let's see what the line is. It's Warriors -4. I think the Warriors come out. Steph Curry said he needs to play better. I like the Warriors a lot right here. I think the Lakers were playing a little bit over their head. Sacramento, like it was very impressive for them to win both those games, but at the same time, winning both of those games, Sacramento's a mess right now. Okay, Sacramento has a lot of internal issues and they're not shooting the ball well. In my opinion, the past is definitely a predictive measurement to the future if you can reflectively look at the past correctly. Okay, so I think we can look at the Lakers' recent success and grade it as not as good as it looks. Like on paper, you beat Memphis, you beat Sacramento twice. Like that's really good. Okay, but also they lost 3 games at Minnesota, at Miami, and at Atlanta. Okay, I know some of that was without Anthony Davis, I think, but and then they barely beat Utah, and then before that they were struggling. They had 3 games in a row, and then after the Miami game, like JJ Redick had like a meeting with everybody on the team. Like I'm telling you, I think the Lakers' success is not as good as it looks of late. Obviously, if they get up for a game, they're going to get up and they're going to play better. But Golden State's in a really bad situation. And I spoke about them being at home, and I really like Golden State in this spot. I really do. It's hard to trust them because they've been so bad. But I'm telling you, I think this is a spot where Golden State comes and plays well. I think Curry takes over. They're at home, 5 o'clock Western Pacific time. I really, really like the Warriors to step it up and play really, really well. Even though the Lakers are going to be mad because they lost, I think this is just a really huge Golden State spot. I really do. I think Golden State, they just laid an egg against the Pacers. They were too happy off of that Minnesota win. They got embarrassed against Dallas. They got embarrassed against the Memphis Grizzlies. They should have beat the Houston Rockets the game before that. And then before that, they had 2 wins. So I feel very confident that Golden State wins this game. I love the -3.5. That's probably going to be a 4-unit play for me. And I will touch first quarter, first half. I'm not scared, guys. I keep firing away. I know I have an edge. Okay, I will be up at the end of the season. I know I will be. I'm only, like guys, I was experimenting a little bit throughout this early part of the season, and it cost me the last 3 days. But trust me, going forward, I'm only betting stuff that I know is like it lines up and it's the right side. And I'm telling you right now, Golden State is the right side today for sure, for sure. Curry's still amazing. Curry's still very, very good. Yes, LeBron's good. Yes, Anthony Davis is good. But I'm telling you, that home cooking, that home energy, that home crowd, it's going to be on. It's going to be on. It's Golden State today, baby. It's Golden State. Okay, next game up. This is the last game of the day. We have the sorry-ass Phoenix Suns hosting the really resilient, really gritty Denver Nuggets. And Denver, I have to give credit. I have to give credit to Jokic. I have to give credit to Michael Malone. What they've done this season, and they're only 16-11, But what they've done this season, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. It's beyond impressive to me, right? In my opinion, they had injuries with Jamal Murray, with Michael Porter Jr., with Aaron Gordon for a lot of long stretches of this season. Okay, um, they're battling new players. Russell Westbrook, obviously, coming in. A lot of younger guys playing more minutes this season because they lost Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who was a huge part of that team's makeup and a part of that championship team that they had 2 seasons ago. And for this team to just find ways to win against really good teams and against really bad spots, I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive. Like, they came off the overtime win at New Orleans, and then they come home, and then on the second night of back-to-back, and then beat Phoenix, who was only without Devin Booker. And, I mean, they won going away in the second half. They blew them out. Like, that's when you're supposed to, like, be too tired to play well, and they just... I don't know, guys. It's... So let's take a look. Let's take a look real quick. Let's take a look. So they beat the Pelicans. Okay, they lost at Portland. Not a great loss there, and there was 2 days rest for them, and maybe they overlooked Portland, but that's not a good win. But they beat Sacramento when they were down 8 points in the fourth quarter late in that game. They came back and won by 1 point. Yes, Sacramento has issues, but still, to beat an NBA team of like good caliber, all-star, all NBA players like the Sacramento Kings had, that's still very impressive. They beat the Clippers handedly. They won at Atlanta. Atlanta was looking ahead, yeah. I mean, they lost to the Wizards. That was bad. They lost at Cleveland. That was bad. But, I mean, Cleveland's hot right now. They beat Golden State at home. That's a good win. Beat Utah. Beat the Lakers. Beat Memphis. Dallas, Miami, Oklahoma City. They beat Oklahoma City at home. That's a good win for sure. Let's take a look at the depth chart. They play at home against Cleveland on Friday. I love that spot. I'm going to be betting them for sure on Friday. Jamal Murray is questionable, it looks like. He missed the last game. So, his calf injury. So, we'll see if he plays or not. Let's take a look at Phoenix. Phoenix, obviously, these two teams just played on Monday. And Phoenix is just a mess right now, guys. I don't know what's going on. I thought Budenholzer, the former Milwaukee Bucks head coach, was going to be a really, really good fit for this team. And I don't know, guys. I mean, this team has lost 7 out of their last 11. Oh, hold on. They've lost 7 plus 5. They've lost 12 games out of their last 17. They're 12 and 17 losses. They're 5 and 12 in their last 17 games, guys. And Durant's been back for like the last 3 games. But still, I mean, you have Devin Booker like through a large stretch of those games too. So, I mean, like, damn, and you have Bradley Beal who's making like $55 million in a year. Like, oh my gosh, guys. Just like thinking about $55 million in a year, and like a Bradley Beal guy is making $55 million in a year, like, and we're the problem too, right? Because like we're the ones that are consuming this product. We're part of the money that's like giving to the advertisement firms that are like paying for this ridiculous salary. Like why does Bradley Beal deserve $55 million in a year? He doesn't. He doesn't. Like, you give me $500,000, you give me $250,000. Like I feel like I can do better. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. It really, really is. They're at Dallas on Friday. No. They're at home against Dallas on Friday. I think Devin Booker might be out for this game, guys, because I saw like 4 days ago he's going to be out the next two games. Let me see. That was the 21st. He'll be out the next 2 games. Let me see the 21st. So, yeah, they said he might be back this game. Devin Booker might be back this game. I don't know. Denver just kind of owns them, guys. I'm telling you right now. I don't know. Let's take a look at the line. Let's take a look at it. Wow, the Suns are underdogs, +2 at home. I don't know what's going on with the Suns, guys. I gotta look. I gotta look at that. I gotta look at the quotes in the post game press conference stuff, like what's going on, because I'm telling you right now, this is a Sun spot. It's a Phoenix Sun spot. Like home underdog. It'll be a 8:30 tip off Phoenix time. 8:30 West Coast time. It's the last game of the day. And I can only look Phoenix Suns. I can only look them. And I'm like, I hate to do this, guys, but like first quarter, first half is the way I'm looking, and then also full game. I think they win this game. I think they do. Denver has shown, even though I just spoke so highly for them, they are a little vulnerable on the road. Like I said, they almost lost to the Pelicans. They're fat and happy off of 2 wins. They lost to Portland on the road. Phoenix is a much better team than Portland. And, like, Phoenix, they have players, guys. Like, they do. I mean, they have shooters. Like, Tyus Jones can facilitate. Royce O'Neal can shoot. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant. Nurkic is a viable option down low. Let's take a look at Grayson Allen. Is he going to play? We really need Grayson Allen. He has a concussion. He might not play either. I like Phoenix, guys. I know it's hard to bet them right now, but I'm telling you right now, that's the right side. It's the right side. It is the right side. It really is. It really, really is. Phoenix, as bad as they've played, they showed fight in that first half last game. I think they come ready to play, guys. I think they do. Over under is 234. I lean. Oh man, it's so hard because Denver's playing so freaking fast. But Phoenix is an under team. Let me see. Phoenix. Maybe they're an over team. Hold on. No, they're an over team. They're 16-12, and Denver's 18-9. I like that under. I like under 234. I think I'm going to bet that under 234, guys. I think that's too many points. I do. It's 233. Yeah. There's already a little bit of early money coming at the under 233.5. I like that in under 233.5 a lot. I really do. So that's the podcast, guys. Again, if you're listening this far, please drop a like, drop a comment, follow me on Twitter, follow me on all my social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Pinterest. I'm on it all, guys. I'm trying to grow my brand. Like, I'm killing the NFL right now. Like, I'm plus 30 units in the NFL. Like, literally just 4 days ago, I was plus 20-something units in the NBA. And then I had this catastrophic downfall. So, and if you played my plays, I'm really sorry, guys. I really am. Like, and this is why I preach bankroll management so much. Like, even though I'm down 96 units, 1 unit is only 0.25% for me because I'm such a high volume bettor. So 0.0025% is 1 unit for me. So a 4-unit play is 1%. So if you divide 96 by 4, that's how many I'm down. So I'm down like 23% of my bankroll on the NBA. But then I'm up. I am up. Sorry, I'm having trouble doing the math in my head right now. I'm up in the NFL. So, like, overall, my bankroll is only down, like, what? Like, something like, let's see, 50 divided by 4. I don't know, like, 16% of my bankroll. So, again, I'm good, guys. I'm good. Trust and believe. I'm gonna get it right. I'm done experimenting on some stuff. I've learned through a lot of things. I'm ready to make some money, guys. So follow me, guys. I promise. I will be up at the end of the year. Christmas Day, we're going to win some money. It's going to be beautiful. So thank you, guys. Happy holidays. I love y'all. I hope y'all love me. And I will see y'all on the next show.